This conference will now be recorded.
Morning.
Yeah, you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes. So in the last session, we have discussed about the public IP versus private IP versus elastic IP. Okay. So public, private, and elastic IP. So how we have identity for ourselves? Like for every person, we have identity with specific number. Like if you join as a student in the school, we have a roll number, student ID, like that we have it. Same thing for the every system. So identity for the system is IP address. So if you want to communicate with the system, if you want to make a communication with other system, or if you want to access the system, so the main thing, the main identity for the system is IP address. So for every system, we have a IP address will be there in order to communicate with the system. So identity for the system is IP address, and we have generally we have three IPs will be considered in the AWS. So one is public IP, for private IP, and elastic IP. So public and private IP, both IPs will be there for any system. Okay, so for every system we can assign two IPs. One is public and private. So why have they have designed public and private is nothing but, so if you want to provide access for outside of the network or inside the network. For example, your company is reside, don't want to so this is your company network. So in this company network, this is my system. So there is your friend system also there. So some friend, you are working in the same kind of a network. Okay, so what we can do, so if you want to provide a communication between the two systems within the same network or another network, company network, so in that cases we can communicate directly with one system to other system. So we can communicate directly with private IP. But if you come out of this network, particular network, so if you want to communicate this system from outside of this particular network, so in that cases, we have to know about the public IP. So if you want to communicate from outside of the network, in that cases, we have to know the public IP of the system. Private IP is only for internal purpose, and public IP we can use outside of the network. And during AWS thing, so what will happen when you restart the server, any server you take it, so defaultly private IP will never change. So once the private IP is assigned to the server, the private IP will never change once it is assigned to the server. How many times you restart the server, the private IP will never change. But when it comes to the public IP, so they don't want to keep the public IP, which is the server is idle state. Means the server is in not in the running state. In that cases, what they will do, so AWS is having a bulk of public IPs are there. So from the pool of IP address, it will be randomly allocated that IP address to the system. Okay, so when you restart the server, I don't want to waste this public IP, so I may keep this server stopped in the more than 4 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours, 2 hours. I can't guarantee that. So whenever I require the work, I can start the service server. So in that cases, what AWS is thinking, I don't want to waste this public IP. Okay, so they will remove the public IP from the server. Again, they will add it into the pool. So somebody from another AWS account. Okay, so what they will do, so when they are restarting the server, when they are launching the new instances, so from the pool of public IP, it will allocate the IP address. Only for the running instances only, we will have the public IP. Okay, for the stopped instances, we don't have the public IP concept. Okay, so this is the way we can design the public IP and private IP. And in case if you want to have a, so every time when you restart the server IP, we will always get the dynamic IPs. If I restart 100 times, 100 public IP will come for my server. I can't remember the IP address. So currently, if you have an IP address for the server, so if you stop and restart the server, or next time new public IP will come. But I don't want to go with a dynamic IP. if I want to go with the static IP for my server in case of restart also. Even if I restart the server multiple times, I don't want to go with the dynamic IP. So that was provided by the AWS. So I want to go up with the static IP. So the IP is fixed. How many times you restart the server? So in that cases, we can go with elastic IP. Okay. So this is the way we can work with private, public, and elastic IP. Okay. So this type of question they will ask in the interview. Can you tell me the difference between public IP versus private IP versus elastic IP? Okay. So like this, we can work with. So now this is about the IP part. Now we are going to work on the AMIs. So AMIs are, so many AMIs are there. So what are the AMIs we are seeing while launching the instances? Not only these AMIs. Okay. So here we can see only these AMIs: Linux, OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SVS, Debian. So if you say the particular flavor, so we can see only the Debian 12 version and these things, right? But in AWS account, we can get the AMIs from multiple places. So we have a marketplace will be there. Okay, so public AMIs are there. And even we can create our own AMI. That AMI we are going to call it as a custom AMI. So I can create my own AMI. Okay, so that AMI we can call it as a custom AMI. So I want to require a server. So with consider of LAMP stack has to be installed. So custom settings. What do you need it? So I required a Linux, I required Apache, I required MySQL, I required PHP. So this is a LAMP stack. It's considered of Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So in that cases, I don't want to install manually process. Already somebody has developed one AMI with these type of configurations. So what I can do, so instead of building everything from the scratch, okay, already somebody has developed the AMI, I can take the AMI from it. Okay, so this, so if you go to the AMIs, okay, so once you create your custom AMIs, we can see here. So owned by me is the default filter for AMI list. So if you created your own AMI, then we can see our custom AMI in this place. So here we have the option called private and public images. So when you click on the public images, you can see 63,360 AMIs are available in the public place. So many people has uploaded their AMIs, their own AMIs into the AWS here. Okay, so if you want to go with something like there is a lot of AMIs are there. So I want to go with something like a LAMP stack. Okay, here you can see. So when I search for the LAMP stack, so these many AMIs are available. Okay, so you can search for the, like, if you want to go with a particular tech stack, already in the marketplace, so many people has developed the custom AMIs. So if you want to use this AMI, so launch instance from AMI also we can take it. Okay, so public images we can go ahead and search for the respective AMI which you are looking for. I want to looking for the MySQL one. Search for MySQL. So MySQL, this is the AMI ID. So this is not available in the normal when we are creating the instances. So these are publicly, somebody has created their own AMIs and they have published it. So if you want to use this AMI, also we can use from this AMI also, we can create our new instances. Okay, so like this. So even if you go for the AMI catalog. Okay, so here we can see marketplace. This is my AMIs. Quick start AMIs is nothing but, so when we are launching any type of instances from launch instance tab, so there we can see the quick start AMIs. Total 47 AMIs as in the quick start we have it. So when you see here, when you click on the launch instance, when you click on the launch instance here, so these AMIs total is from the quick start. So if you see here from the quick start, you can see these many supported under the Ubuntu. If you go here, so this is also one AMI is there. Okay, if you go with the 22.5 version, So this is the AMI. So total from the quick start. So total AMIs available is 47. Apart from this 47 AMIs, regularly used AMIs. So if you want, if you created your own AMIs, so that is your own AMI. You have created. I know I can also create my own AMIs. Okay. So now this is the marketplace. So marketplace, we can go with a particular tech stack also. Here we have the different flavors are available. So if you want to work with DevOps related softwares that comes with built-in infrastructure software and machine learning, IoT related things. So if you go with IoT, okay, so this is also one type of AMI. We can select this and we can also create a server from it. So if you don't want to go with a built-in predefined softwares, so what we can do, already somebody has developed and provided in the marketplace or community side. Here we can get the AMIs. Okay, so analytics side if you want to go it. Okay, Grafana. So Bitnami with Grafana, if you want to set up, it's already set up is there. So we can select this AMI. Continue. They are going to charge like this. They are telling it. Okay. So from this AMI, you can select it, and we can also launch the instances. So if you want to set up the Grafana with Bitnami. Okay. So this is the way we can get the respect to AMIs. They have categories AMIs from the marketplace also. We can have it because these are trusted third-party AMIs. So even if you want to go with the community side, these are community. AWS community will be there. So many people are uploading their own AMIs into the community. So here also we can see different things are there. So if you want to search with a particular thing, so if you go with a Kafka, something like a Kafka is there. 225 is filtered. Bitnami with Kafka version with Linux environment. So Kafka is one type of a tool, messaging tool. Like we'll get the data and we can send the data to the other thing. So in that cases, if somebody you heard about the Kafka topic, so we can come here. I don't know how to set up the Kafka. So already the Kafka related AMI is available here. So whichever you feel little bit trusted one, so we can select and launch the instances. So the AMI selection not from the quick start also, we can select the AMI from different places also. So if you want to go with only for testing purpose, we can go it here. I want to test some functionality with predefined software has to be commit. So already somebody has provided their AMIs here. So if you want to filter based upon the architecture, root device types, EBS or instance stores. Okay, so we can apply going with the respect to operating systems also. We can go with thing. Okay, so you can search for anything here: Kafka, MySQL, PHP, LAMP, Stack, anything you take it. Okay, Apache. Okay, if you search for the Apache. Okay, so Apache, if you search it, I can get the Apache, Cognos Apache. Okay, so Apache Tomcat, I want to set up it. So already somebody has set up this one. Okay, already somebody has set up this one. You can select this and it will go to the directly launch instance will be there. So now how to work with custom AMIs. So this is my AMI. I want to create my custom AMI. So custom AMI is nothing but custom AMI is nothing but we can create our own AMIs here. So what is meant by custom AMI? So we are a team of 20 people are there. Okay, so when one first person is joined the team, after like new people has been joined to the team. So whenever a team is there, so there will be some server prerequisites will be there. Some prerequisites is nothing but if you are working as a Java project, so in your system defaultly Java should be there. So if you are working as a .NET developer, Node.js, AngularJS developer, so there should be something like a you require a softwares, IDs, okay, whichever the tool we are using to write the code, that is the IDE tools. Okay, so these are the predefined like a prerequisites for particular server. So if I'm working as a development side, so what the developer requires are basic things like in my system notepad, Microsoft Word, okay, some Java software should be there. Okay, so basic configurations which are required by the server, so already they will come with a AMS only. So if you want to launch a virtual server with predefined softwares, so in that cases what we will do, so same software should be there for all the teammates. For example, our project will be running on the Java 8 version. So all the persons who are working in the project should have the same Java 8 only. Okay, so whenever any new people or new teammate has been joined to the team, so we will tell that so you can launch the instances with specific AMI. All the teammates will be using the same AMI only. Okay, how to set up it? So generally the first person who is generating, who is working on the complete setup for the software, what we can do. So you can go to the launch instance. Okay, something like you take some Windows server. I'm taking Windows, keep here, launch instance. So first of all, if you are creating any custom AMI, so what we can do, so first of all, we will have the plain server here. So this plain server, what we will do, so what are the prerequisites required for all the teammates? So what we will do, so I require a Java, I require Notepad, I require a Microsoft MySQL database setup. Everything should be comes along with server installation and so on. So new teammates also should have the server with predefined configurations. So what we can do, so we can provide the entire team with a single AMI. That AMI we are going to call it as a custom AMI. So the custom AMI's main aim is right. So all the teammates should have the same kind of a server with same kind of a configuration. So when we are running any kind of a project, you should not get any problem. So there is a duplicated one. It is not working in my system. So those type of issues we should not get it. In that cases, we should have a generic server for all the teammates. Okay. So now let us wait for the server should be up and running. Let us take. So let us refresh the page. So this much time it's taking. Refresh the page. Okay. So the server is up and running. Just click on here. So click on the connect button. Go to the RTP client. Download it. Get the password. Upload your private key file. Keys. Decrypt it. You'll get the password. Connect. Enter the password, click on OK. Okay, so now this is like a plain server. We don't have anything is. So what are the teammates required? All type of same kind of configurations. What we will do. So here in this system, so we will do the all the configurations. What are the configurations required? So just what we will go. So we will go to the internet. We will download the Java. We will need, require any important configuration file or Notepad++, like anything you require. Okay, so what are the things you required? We will copy the files. Okay, any type of files you required. So what we will do, we will do the entire setup in this server. So this server, we will do the entire setup manually first. Java setups, any packages need to be downloaded, home variables, paths. Okay, so softwares, anything required, internet will be running in this system. So you can go and set up the every software here. If you want to have it, okay. So here what I want to do it. So I want to set up something Notepad++. I want to download it. Download. We will go to the download section. Click on download. 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 Double click. Click on next. Next. Finish. So like that, what are the configurations required for this server? So we will do every setting in this thing. So we got the Notepad++. So same like that, if you want to, what are the important configuration files or any database installations, software installations. Okay, so everything we'll do manually first. So from this one, what we can do. So once everything setup is done in this server. Okay, so we'll go to the instances. So if we check here, AMS. So defaultly in the AMI section, what we can do, so we can only see our custom AMIs here. The default filter is what are the AMIs we have created, that AMIs only will be seen. So what we will do, so from this, once you do every setup in this server, okay, like softwares, important configuration files, database files, anything, what are the work you want to do work on the project, all the important information required to start your project works, all the important files, packages, software setups, specific version. So everything we will do the manually in the any one of the server. From this server, what we can do? So we can go to the actions. So we will go to the actions tab. So from there, we will go with images and templates. We will ask to create an image. So this image is nothing but a custom image. Click on the image, Tokyo, custom, and that's it. So whatever the instance is there, it's like a replica server, we can call it as. So we can create AMI, click on create image. So it will start creating the image. So you can come here and refresh the page. Now you can see this is our own AMI. So every time I don't want to launch a plain server, I don't want to set up the notepad, I don't want to set up the Tomcat, Java, MySQL, Kafka, home variable path settings, everything. I don't want to do anything kind of settings. So what I can do, I can create one AMI, custom AMI. So I will tell to all the teammates. So whenever you are launching any kind of a new server for to work on the project, no need to set up everything in the server. Already the predefined things, everything will be available in this AMI. So just we will launching the instances. So we will tell that go with this AMI, not the AWS provided AMI. So here we can see the status. Okay, so it is like status is pending. So it is creating the entire thing. So let us close the server first. It will take time to get the AMI will be ready. So just we will take the plain server. What are the things required to start your project work by all the teammates? So they belongs to the development and testing team, any team. So what are the prerequisites to start the project for when you go for the any real-time scenarios? So when you given any system is allocated to you, so you will be having the MS Office details, notepads, software, Java should be there. Default how it comes means, so they will maintain a virtual server. They are going to give one server with custom app. So during the launch instances, we will not use the AWS provided AMIs. So we will tell that when we click on the launch instances. So there is one more tab called MyAmis will be there. Okay, if you click on the MyAmis tab, so you can see this is MyAmi. I have created my AMI. You can create your own AMIs, and this AMI can be used for entire project. So if any new changes required, so from this server, again, I can create a new server. From the server, any extra changes required, I can create extra changes. From that, I can create again new app. So like that with a single server, I can create a number of AMIs. That AMI contains the entire configurations which you should work on project work. Okay, so like that we can go with custom AMI. So instead of going with a quick start from these AMIs, these are the plain server AMIs. When you select the AMI from this are, so these are the plain server AMIs. Okay, we don't have any configurations in the server. So here we can go with our own AMIs. So this AMI will contain all the prerequisites is contains some predefined softwares to start work on the project. Okay, like that we can work. So like that we can select the AMI. So remaining process are same. If you want to add extra volumes, if you want to have the storage, so only the AMI selection will be the custom AMI selection. The predefined things what we done in the server, all the things will be having in this AMI. Even if you want to transfer this AMI to another region also, we can transfer the AMI. So click on the copy AMI. Same kind of a server I want to work with the person who is working in the different location. So I am working from the Tokyo region. Other person is working on different region. So in that cases, what we will do, so he also want to work in the same kind of a project. So he's not belong to the Tokyo region. So there also he want to launch the server, but the SAMI ID will not be there. Again, they have to launch new server. Same thing we need to do. So instead of that one, so what we can do, so we can use the copy AMI option. So now copy option, we can go with which region you want to copy it. For example, if you want to copy to the Mumbai region, so click on copy AMI. Okay, same AMI option, you can go to the Mumbai region. Mumbai. Okay, now you can see in the Mumbai region also, we can see that AMI. Okay, this AMI is copied into the Mumbai region. Okay, you can see copy will take some time. The new AMI ID of the new AMI is 1B7. So same AMI if you want to copy to another region from here, if you do launch any instances, so quick start, we can select this AMI from my AMI section. So like that we can copy AMIs from one region to another region also. So for their team also, they want other teammate also we want the same kind of a configurations. So we can go with custom AMIs. Okay, so this is the way we can set up the custom AMIs. So the AMI is nothing but first we'll take the plain server. So in the plain server, we will install everything what are required for our project are. So if you want to, all the teammates should have the same kind of a configurations. In that cases, we will go with custom AMIs. Okay, so this is the way we can launch the AMIs. Okay, so if you don't want to record AMIs, we can come here and we can delete the AMIs. So once you click on this, is available. So if you don't require this AMI, we can delete the AMIs. Okay, it will be deleted successfully. Okay, once you delete it, it will not affect for your Mumbai region. So Mumbai region AMI will be there like this only. Okay, it depends upon you. If you want to deregister, you can deregister option. Okay, so like that we can create our own AMIs also. That AMIs we are going to call it as a custom AMIs. Got it? Understood, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, no questions, Sean.
Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say I have no questions, but thank you.
Okay, fine. So next topic, we are going with a very important topic that is called as a load balances. Okay, load balances are the very important topic in AWS. Okay, so what exactly these load balances will be doing? So balancing the load. How to balance the load? So for every server, there will be like a, so this is my one type of a server. You take any kind of a server. Each server will have these details, RAM, some for example, RAM, storage, okay, softwares and hardwares. Okay, so for every system we have a system resources like RAM, operating system, softwares, hardware requirements will be there. So if we are deploying any kind of application in this server, for example, I have deployed .com. So this is a Flipkart one, is a kind of a application, web-based application I have deployed in my server. So I'm exposing this application. So if you're deploying any kind of application, we require a server. So if you are downloading anything from the internet, for example, I'm downloading something, or if you are accessing any Gmail or anything. So if you are downloading Notepad++ also. So just now we have downloaded the Notepad++. So if you click the link where it is downloading it. So the software or the link, they are having a particular program, they have linked it, and they have our, that application will be running in some system itself. Okay, so based upon your system configurations, so this application I want to expose to the outside world, to the world. Okay, so now the number of users are keep on accessing my application. So per minute, 100 users are accessing this application. The applications which is running in the particular server. So 100 users from the browser, they are accessing the application here. The system having some certain configurations like RAM, storage, these prerequisites are there. So as the number of users are increasing, 100 users are accessing, the application is working fine. So now in the future, like the time going on, so the application become very famous, like it's a popular. So now comfortable with all the users. Now per minute, thousands users are trying to access the same Flipkart application. So the performance is little bit low. As the number of users are increasing. So the based upon the response time. So when we hit the URL from the browser, we are getting the immediate response. But our application is deployed in one server with specific configurations. Now the number of users are increased to 1 lakh. 1 lakh users are trying to access our application within second itself. Per second, all over the world, they're trying to access a particular application. As the number of users are accessing the application, based upon your system configuration, the performance of the application will goes down. So sometimes you will be seeing the option called loading option, keep on loading. So when you search for some kind of a results information, some websites, they are publish the results. So when you write any competition exams, okay, that time they are going to publish the results at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. something they're telling it. So many people are trying to access the same result URL. So when they hit the URL hall ticket number, okay, how the results will looks like? The pages keep on loading. But same URL or same page, if you access in the normal days, it will be working because the number of users are accessing the URL is very less. Okay, but when it comes to the very important thing, I want to watch it. Okay, I want to access the results. So many people are trying to access the URL. So the number of users are hitting the URL is increasing more. But the system capacity, system resources, based upon the system resources, what will happen? So the performance of the application would be little goes down and the response time will be changing. Normal days, few people only accessing our application. So it is giving very less time to give the response time. But the number of users are increasing it. So the response page keep on loading. After 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, it is keep on giving the response. So in that cases, the problem is the burden on the server or the application is being increased based upon the number of users are hitting the URL. Okay, so to reduce this kind of a problem, what we can do? So we have to go with vertical scaling or horizontal scaling. So there is a concept called scaling concept. Scaling is nothing but add or remove. So when you hear the keyword called scaling, scaling is nothing but add or remove. So now if you want to go with a vertical scaling, so vertical scaling is nothing but within the same server, you do the upgradations. Now 1,000 users, they are able to these type of configurations. 1,000 users don't face any kind of a problem. Now 1 lakh users are trying to reach your URL. So the performance is low. So if you want to do the upgradations in the same server, now what I can do from 4 GB RAM to I can upgrade to the 32 GB RAM. Storage 1 terabyte to the 5 terabytes. So like that within the same server, if you do the upgradations, so we can have the upgradations on the software side and hardware specifications. Okay, so that is called as a vertical scaling. Within the server, if you are doing the upgradations, now based upon the now 1 lakh users are can easily access it because now the RAM size has been changed. The number of request handle also will be changed. In the future, the number of requests has changed to the 5 lakh records per second. So what we need to do, either again we need to go with vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. So when it comes to the vertical scaling, so within the same server, we are doing the upgradations. But when it comes to the horizontal scaling, I don't want to disturb the existing server here. So identical server, I can create it with same kind of a configurations. What are the configurations are available in this server? Same configurations I can do in other server with same kind of application deployment. I don't want to disturb the existing server. So identical servers I can create it. So in that cases, I can distribute the load across multiple servers. So that we are going to call it as a load balances. So balancing the load on the servers that can be achieved via load balancers. So how it looks like actually. So we will having a multiple servers. These all servers are identical servers. So these servers we will create as a group and we will have the URL, single URL only. So our URL will be like www something like flipkart.com. So the URL will be single. what we will do, so whenever you are hitting from the browser, from the front end, I'm hitting this URL. I open my browser, I'm hitting the www.flipkart.com. So what will happen internally? So same identical servers are there, same kind of application with same hardware, software specifications. All the servers are identical. So the Flipkart application is running here, 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 and here. But all the servers are identical servers. So when you hit the URL, so what will happen? The request will goes to the any one of the server which is present in the thing. So 1,000 requests are coming. So 1,000 requests are equally shared across the servers. They will follow something like a round robin mechanism. So the first request will go to the first server, second request to the second server, third request to the third server, fourth request to the fourth server. So fifth request to the fifth server, sixth like that. So they can easily distribute the load, okay, across the multiple servers. So what is the hardware and software specifications required for this server? You can, based upon the application, we can go with the instance type, RAM, storage, how much required for the application. So that we have to come from the design phase like that. So front end, you will be seeing only one URL, but internally backend, so it will be the request will be forward to the multiple servers which are present in the load balancers. So in the future, the load is increasing more. What we can do? So one more identical server, we can add it here, fifth server, sixth server, seventh server, eighth, ninth. Identical server, we can launch it. So this type of process we are going to call it as a load balancer, balancing the load on the server. So the load can be equally distributed across the all the servers in the group. Even the load is not satisfied, like even the performance is going down, so we can keep on adding the identical servers. So next thing is auto scaling. Automatically adding and removing the servers. So auto means automatically, scaling is nothing but add or remove. So based upon like Monday to Friday, you can see a lot of people are busy with their works. Okay, what they will do, they will not access the URL much more. So in that cases, we can go with 4 servers is fine. They can handle the load. But when it comes to the weekends or the public holidays, the accessing level will be more. In that cases, we should think automatically we should think it and add the servers to the target groups. Load balancer. So how to add the servers and how to remove the servers automatically, adjusting with the servers without any manual interaction. So that can be done via auto scaling. Okay, so this practical session, it will take some time. So we can't complete in 5 to 10 minutes. So it will take a time. So the practical session we will see in the tomorrow's class. Okay, so like types of load balancers, what type of protocol we'll be using, how many types of load balancers are there, how to set up the load balancer, how to see the example on the load balancers. So in the tomorrow's class, I will show you the demo part. Okay, any doubts, any questions, guys?
No, thank you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll catch up.
Have a good day.